What up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about the mage hero, Chang'e. Chang'e has a good set of area of effect, buff, and burst skills. Our Moon Palace Immortal, Chang'e, is a mage hero. I consider Chang'e as a good mage for team fights, since her skills deal massive area of effect burst damage. Not only that, her second skill buffs her with a shield and movement speed. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Chang'e based on my experience. We will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain our skills one by one for further understanding. Chang'e's passive, Troublemaker, lets Chang'e leave a mark to enemy units every time she deals damage to them. When a mark is left on an enemy unit, Chang'e's next skill damage dealt to them will be increased by 2%. This can stack up to 40% damage increase. Chang'e's first skill, Star Moon Shockwave, lets Chang'e send an energy ball forward. Enemies hit by the energy ball will receive certain amount of magic damage, and will have their movement speed reduced. When she is buffed with her second skill, Crescent Moon, this skill is enhanced when affected by the Crescent Moon buff. This skill will send additional 4 energy balls towards a specified location. Each energy ball will deal a certain amount of damage and slow down enemies' hit. The slowing effect can stack up to 75%. Chang'e's second skill, Crescent Moon, lets Chang'e summon a crescent moon to bless herself. Upon being bestowed by the blessing of the crescent moon, she will gain a certain amount of shield based on her magic power. It will also increase her movement speed. While the shield is active, her skills and basic attacks are enhanced. For the enhancement of her basic attack, the crescent moon will deal multiple certain amount of magic damage to the target based on her physical attack and magic power. Chang'e's ultimate skill, Meteor Shower, lets Chang'e launch meteors forward. Upon clicking this skill, Chang'e will have her movement speed increased for a short period. Also, she launches 30 meteors forward. Each meteor will deal a certain amount of magic damage based on her magic power. The meteors will deal extra 100% damage to minions and creeps. When buffed with her second skill, Crescent Moon, this skill is also buffed. When enhanced, this skill will also let the Crescent Moon shoot meteors with Chang'e, making the count of the meteors shot more. The meteors shot by the Crescent Moon will only deal 33% of Chang'e's damage dealt. There are so many items that you can buy for Chang'e. You can focus on items that grants magic power, magic penetration, movement speed, or items that gives you additional health points. For me, I choose to buy items that grants magic power, movement speed, damage per second, slowing effect to enemies, and additional health points for Chang'e. As for starting item, you can consider buying Arcane Boots. This grants additional magic penetration and movement speed. Magic penetration lets you pierce through the target's magic defense. Buying magic items, such as Ice Queen Wand, will help you slow down enemies. This item gives additional magic power, magical lifesteal, mana, and movement speed. Its unique passive lets you slow down an enemy when your skill hits them. The slowing effect lasts for a few seconds and stacks up to 2 times. Another magic item to consider is Genius Wand. This item grants magic power and movement speed. Its unique attribute grants 15 magic penetration. Its unique passive reduces target's magic defense when you deal damage to them. The reduced magic defense scales with your level. This effect lasts for 2 seconds. This effect stacks up to 3 times. You might want to consider Blood Wings. This grants you magic power and health points. Its unique passive adds health points for every points of magic power added to your hero. The additional health points can help you survive in team fights. You can consider buying Glowing Wand. This item gives additional magic power, health points, and movement speed. Its unique passive burns the target for a few seconds, dealing a percentage of the target's maximum health points per second. Lastly, you can consider Holy Crystal. This item grants a huge amount of magic power. Its unique passive increases your magic attack by a percentage. The percentage scales with your level. The item build for Chang'E really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's description so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on Chang'E is Retribution. This will deal true damage to the target minion or jungle monster. When you have a jungling item, having this spell will decrease the damage taken from jungle monsters permanently. We recommend the Pillager Axe jungling item, which will grant you a shield when you use Retribution. This spell will help you farm more gold faster. Building items quickly will give you advantage against enemies, making it for you to prey easier on squishy targets like Marksman and Mage. You can also consider Sprint. This can really help you run from danger or chase enemies. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Mage Emblem set. Custom Mage Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as a magic damager. Set agility to its max level because it can give you additional movement speed. Higher movement speed means higher chance to chase enemies or escape death. Setting observation to max level will provide additional magic penetration on your skills. Higher magic penetration deals more magic damage to enemies. That means your skills will be more explosive. Get Impure Rage to deal extra damage depending on the enemy's current HP. Impure Rage also restores your mana. For me, it's the best thing to get since Impure Rage has only 5 seconds cooldown. This makes her skills more powerful with Impure Rage since it has low cooldown. The mana restored by Impure Rage helps you to avoid buying items with high mana regen. Set first skill to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the base damage of this skill higher. That means the enemy will be receiving more damage. Prioritize second skill less since first skill is what you need for damage dealing. Always upgrade your ultimate skill when available for upgrading. First things first. It's really difficult to deal burst damage when Chang'E is not buffed with her second skill, Crescent Moon. It is really necessary to be buffed with the Crescent Moon always. So we recommend you to keep your distance from team fights as much as possible. The shield granted by Crescent Moon drops down to 0. Your skills will not be enhanced anymore. Chang'E's basic attacks is really dependent on your second skills buff, Crescent Moon. Without Crescent Moon, your basic attack will just deal puny little damage. So it's better to really have Crescent Moon always as much as possible. Chang'E's passive skill is what you need to increase your skill damage to your targets. The more you damage your targets, the more they will receive damage from your skills. With the buff from Crescent Moon, which enhances your skills and basic attacks, it will be easier to reach the maximum damage increase stack of 40% with your passive. This will let enemies suffer from your ultimate skill so bad. Chang'E's first skill is what you need to deal more burst damage to enemies. With the energy balls launched, the enemies will feel the wrath of your balls.
You have slain an enemy.
Anyway, it is really recommended to have Crescent Moon when using this skill. Because if we are to compare the damage, you can see here the damage without the Crescent Moon on the left, and the damage with the Crescent Moon on the right. As you can see, the damage without the buff is nothing near the damage with the buff. So it's best to have the buff when using this skill. This skill has a really long range. This can help you kill enemies from afar. You can even kill enemies trying to run away from death. Just make sure to aim it properly, because according to Newton's law of motion states that an object is in a state of uniform motion, will remain in that state of motion unless moved by an external I forgot that this is not your physics class. It's really fun to study physics, isn't it? Well anyway, when this skill is enhanced, the energy balls will be traveling to the target location. If the target location is before the longest range possible, the energy balls will scatter, leaving the main energy balls still to travel forward. But if the target location is on the peak of this skill's possible range, the energy balls will all meet up there, having a feast on the enemy. Chang'E's second skill is what you need to enhance your skills and basic attacks, gain additional movement speed, and gain a shield to protect you. With the ability to enhance your skills, this skill will make your skill more explosive. Do take note that the buff has no duration at all. As long as the shield granted by this skill is still intact with Chang'e, your skills and basic attacks will still be enhanced. So it's best to protect yourself and avoid being inside team fights as much as possible, so that your shield will not wear off easily, making you still explosive.
You have been slain.
You can also use this to save yourself from death. Take a look on this scenario. I managed to escape death because I used my second skill just in time to protect me. Pretty neat, isn't it? Chang'e's ultimate skill, Salt Bay, is what you need to deal burst damage on team fights. With the ability to shoot tiny stars, or meteors as what Montan wants to call it, enemies will melt upon being touched by your stars. Take note that when a meteor or star hits an enemy, the star will be absorbed by the target. So, it's possible for enemies to block the meteors or stars for a teammate. The range of this skill is really long. You can use this to chase down enemies that have flickered or sprinted away. This is best used on tight terrains that leaves enemies have no other choice but to eat all the salt you will be throwing at them. Just like a salt bay you are. Again, we have our favorite lab rat, Rakuten, to sacrifice his pride and honor to be killed by us again. Today, he is gonna use Layla. Layla has no mobility skills at all, except if she uses flicker or sprint. So today, because Rakuten really wants to kill us so bad, he has his favorite spell, Execute, with him. Oh wow, the lab rat is really mad at us. He is even trying to kill us before we commence with the experiment. Well, anyway, let's try again. As you can see, without any mobility, Layla will catch all the meteors, as long as you cast it in the proper direction. You don't want to shoot meteors towards nothing, do you? There are enemies that are really annoying to go against with as a Chang'e. Well, aside from enemies that has flicker or blink skills, we will show you some annoying enemy heroes against Chang'e. First, we have Baxia. In this clip from a ranked match Rodicat, he was against a Chang'e. Let's take a look when Chang'e uses her ultimate skill. Look at that. Because of Baxia's passive skill, he reduces the damage he receives from Chang'e's meteors. Roddick totally disrespects the enemy Chang'e by even showing her some lovely stickers. Well, this is not a Baxia bootcamp, so we should move on to another annoying hero. Next one is Zask. We have the former top global Zask master to show us how he could easily dodge our ultimate. As you can see, he just used his ultimate skill to dodge our ultimate skill. In return, we were able to destroy his spawn. But what will surprise you is, he can cast it again after you just destroyed it. It's super annoying, to be honest. In terms of her combo, we usually follow just a simple combo for Chang'e. Let's show first a really simple lame combo during a team fight. First, if you don't have the Crescent Moon buff, use your second skill. Then, do an ocular of the team fight area by swiping the right side of your screen. If you think that most of the enemies are in the team fight area, it's not time to use your ultimate skill. Then, use your first skill and basic attacks to further deal damage to the enemies. It is really advisable to cast your first skill first before your ultimate skill. This is to abuse the effects of your passive skill. But since we can't really risk to jump near the team fight, then we just opt to use our ultimate skill initially instead. Additional tip, Glowing Wand is a really good item. Not that it gives you additional movement speed. It also burns the enemy. Take a look on this scenario. We were shooting salt towards Farsa. We thought we didn't finish her off, but she died in agony because of the glowing wand effect. Pretty amazing, right? The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Chang'e. This video just guides you on how to use Chang'e the Kurumi way. We would like to thank Master for being with us here again today. Watch his in-game streams and check out his godly gameplays of Sask. We also thank our squad mate Rakuten for being our lab rat for this bootcamp. You can search for him in-game and tell him how much you appreciate him, willing to sacrifice his pride and honor to be a test subject. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Chang'e. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the community tab for the giveaway event post. We have our Ko-fi account just in case you want to donate us some coffee funds. Check our Ko-fi link on the description of this video. Please, only trust Bootcamp videos from our official accounts. See you on the next Mobile Legends Bootcamp. Cheers!